Hey everybody, I'm going to show you another way that you can keep any student that has opted out of the Family Life Human Sexuality unit from seeing the content in your module or in your Canvas page. So if you are getting a glitch from the quiz that you may have imported from Commons, then this is another quick, easy way in which you can keep those students from seeing the content as well. So the first thing you're going to want to do is just create a simple assignment. You can put it anywhere. Go ahead and title it teacher use only. You can title it opt in, opt out. It's up to you how you title it, but just make sure you know where it's at. So what we're going to do is once we create that assignment, we're going to make it 1 point just like the quiz was, because we're going to still deal with the 1 opting in and the 0 opting out. So as you can see in my assignment here, I have still created it as 1 point. There's nothing you need to change to this, so keep that in mind. You don't need a submission for this because the students aren't doing this for anything. Go ahead and assign it to everyone. What I have done in order for the students not to go in and do anything with the assignment is you just make, this is a deadline, the assignment locks after the date and time. I've just made it for a previous date from whether it's the week we're in or previously from when Family Life Human Sexuality was starting. So go ahead and just make sure you have that until date in there. You can go ahead and put a due date in there, but it's really up to you. You definitely need the until date though. And we're going to save that. The next thing we want to do is go ahead and go to our modules. And as you can see in my sandbox, I have a module that I created here titled Family Life Human Sexuality Opt In. So this is the content in which students that have given consent that they can see the material, they can go ahead and see it. So this is just a fake module. So the first thing you're going to want to do, and this is what I've done and it has worked out well, is we're going to go ahead and add the assignment we just created to the module itself. So we actually don't need to put it in a new module. So there it is, teacher use only. We're going to add that in there. And usually what happens is it goes to the bottom, but we're going to want to go ahead and drag and reorder that and make sure it's the first thing in your list. Okay, once you've done that, go ahead and click these 3 dots, edit. And if you want, while you're messing with this, you can lock the module, but it's really up to you. But what we do need to do is now add a requirement. And I've done this for all my modules. It just kind of puts some accountability on the kids to move things through things in a certain order, making sure they get all the content. So this was usually already selected, and I'm actually going to go ahead and select students must move through requirements in sequential order. And the first thing we want them to do is teacher use only assignment that we created. We need to make sure we score at least a 1, just like that quiz. And the 1 means they will get to see the content. Now you can add other requirements or not. It's probably safe to do so. So you may want to go ahead and the content. So like maybe it's the PowerPoint or slide presentation that you want the students to review before an assignment. You can say view the item, or you can actually have the students mark it as done. You can add another requirement, which could be the assignment, and you want that student to submit that assignment. Now, once you've done that, you can say update module. It may ask if you want to just relock the module, especially if it is locked. It's up to you. I usually say relock just to be safe. And now you can see that the student must score at least a 1. Now, what we're going to need to do is, of course, give the students that opted in a 1 and the students that opted out a 0. So let's head to grades. And we can see the teacher use only assignment. So this student, your students will be listed here. So the test student here that you see in my sandbox has been given a 1, meaning they can see the content. Of course, if this student has opted out, then we need to give that student a 0. Now, what I find to be the easiest is if you've got only 1 student that's opting out, go ahead and give them a 0. But what you can then do for all your other students is hit these 3 dots to the right of that assignment title, set default grade, and give every other student a 1. And once you click set default grade, it will give all your other students the 1. And that way you're not having to do it for each student or individual student. Okay, so let's go ahead and give that test student a 1 again in order to see the content. Now, after you've done this, if you want to test it out, now that you've given your test student, which is you, in student view, you can head to your homepage just by clicking your course title, click student view, and you can head to your module. And this is what the students would see. So as you can see, that they need to know that they need to complete all things. The 1 has already been put in place, and that's what this green check mark is. And of course, I scored a 1, and that gives me, opens up this content here, which is really the family life, human sexuality content. So as a student, I would just need to mark that as done in order to unlock the assignment. Hope this helped, everybody. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. This is Megan Campbell, Paint Branch High School.